Hey everybody, I had a totally different video planned for you today, but I feel like it's worth noting that there's something else in the air that we need to talk about. So let's get right to it. Hey everybody, Krystal here. I am definitely not in our normal circumstances, but do you hear the birds singing? That's a good sign, right? Spring is here, and that means that there's a lot going on right now in the world at large. And a question that I have been seeing over and over again is, should I keep going with my regular podcast schedule during a crisis? And my answer is yes, 100%, 1,000%. I'm actually outside. I just got finished running. Hopefully this rain cloud up here behind me stays just like it is and doesn't get any scarier. But yeah, I've seen so many people asking, should I keep doing what I'm doing with my podcast? And my answer is yes. Maybe pivot a little bit, change it up, maybe do something that feels right. I feel like I'm really going with my gut right now. And my gut is telling me that you video channel watchers and my podcast listeners, you need a sense of normalcy right now. And in order to do that, I think that you should continue to show up for your podcast listeners, your video watchers, and everybody in your audience, because it's so important right now to really give people a sense of normal. That's what everybody is searching for. I went to listen to a podcast last week on my normal run, because I normally go work out at the gym a few days a week. As you can see, I'm running outside now. And I went to go listen to some of my regular podcasts, and they weren't there. And I was so devastated. I know y'all are at Krystal. Stop being so dramatic. It was probably not that devastating. Yeah, it was. Because right now, I'm looking for normal in any way that I can find it. And I feel like as content creators, podcasters, video makers, we have this sense, it's almost like a public service to continue creating and giving people that sense of normalcy that we're all looking for. That's all we want right now, you guys. That's all I want. I know it's all that you want. You're hanging on to whatever shred of normal that you can find. And for me, it's listening to my weekly podcast, and not the ones that are, showing up in a different way. Some of them I've been super impressed with how they're kind of just going with the times and like taking everything with a grain of salt and going in strides, but they're still moving forward. It's not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. I'm still not perfect. But you do have to keep moving forward in order to keep going, because you will lose so much momentum if you stop. If you say, I'm not going to do this for the time being. This isn't going to work for me. I'm just going to put it off. I'm not saying you have to go full speed ahead, but I am saying you don't need to stop. I'm saying that you need to keep taking small steps every single day, whether it's planning or coming up with new ideas or finding new guests. Y'all, there's a lot of people at home right now. You can find new podcast guests that you never thought of asking before because they're at home. They're at home. They don't have a full schedule of all the things that they need to be doing. So I just wanted to share this with you from the bottom of my heart, that I'm thinking about you, and I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are healthy. I hope that you are well. And I hope that you continue to podcast even during these uncertain times, because somebody out there needs to hear your message, the message that only you can deliver. And I hope that you continue to give it to them. So remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.